Above the Cloud Whale mist lanes, the skiff drifted as gently as a leaf on starlight. Inside, Cassie checked the morning list, and every box looked peaceful. Max sorted tiny washers into patterns that made perfect sense to him. Ziggy had found the warmest patch of floor beside the nose lantern controls. For once, there were no leaks, no squeaks, and no floating socks. That was how the best small adventures usually began.
Grab a wrench, grab some tape, fix the skiff before it breaks. Engine sputter, doors won't close. We've got plans that no one knows. Skiff Crew, we'll fix it till it flies. Skiff Crew, with junk we improvise. Patch it, match it, clip it too. I got a terrible plan and it just might do.
Then the nose lantern flashed so brightly that the room turned lemon white.
That lantern just shouted with light.
The lantern meter bounced past Cozy and landed in much too much. Outside the window, mist folded the flash into a glowing wall.
Dim first, study second.
Cassie already had her hand on the dimmer. Cloud Whale mist lanes were gentle places with gentle rules.
In mist lanes, bright is not the same as helpful.
The chart showed that a guide light should make a path, not a puddle. Another flash spread into the mist like spilled moon milk.
So our guide light is making a guide cloud.
The Cloud Whales drifted aside politely, which was kind, but not useful. Cassie opened the official lantern repair kit.
We test one thing at a time.
Resetting the shouty sparkle box.
The reset button made one polite blip. Cassie cleaned the sensor until it shone like a small moon.
Good news, it remembers how to be dramatic.
The sensible repairs had made the lantern even more enthusiastic. The flashes began stacking with little pings and shiny reflections.
Too many flashes, too many pings.
Cassie saw Max's shoulders rise and slowed everything down.
I hear you. Dimming in 3, 2, 1.
The control room settled into a soft teal hush.
Written steps help.
The new plan had 3 steps and plenty of breathing room. The official checklist was finished and the lantern was not fixed.
Proper tools are done.
Should we?
Ziggy was already paw-deep in the answer.
Check the junk drawer.
The drawer opened with the confidence of a tiny garage sale. Soft tape, springs, spoons, and mystery washers floated into the room.
The bubble belt low hum tuner.
Max caught the tuner before it could bonk the ceiling.
A cracked lens can still spread light.
Cassie turned the cracked lens until its lines made a tiny sunrise.
Ziggy invented a wobble lampshade.
The wobble lampshade made the bright spots softer. Max lined up the odd parts beside the written steps.
I've got a terrible idea, and it might just work.
Name the steps.
The cracked lens spread the test light into soft bands.
Diffuse, slow, then aim.
The terrible idea had become a very sensible diagram. From outside, the problem looked enormous and pearly and strangely pretty. The skiff's nose lantern was not pointing a path through the mist. It was painting the whole cloud like a glowing pancake. Cassie and Max prepared the nose hatch for a careful repair.
Tethers checked. Hands slow.
The mist curled around their helmets like sleepy ribbons.
Patch it with tape, but gently.
Cassie fixed the cracked lens over the lantern with neat soft tabs.
Slow the flash, soften the splash.
Max clipped the low hum tuner where the lantern could feel its rhythm.
That angle is accidentally brilliant.
Ziggy had nudged the spoon reflector exactly where it needed to be. Back inside, the room stayed dim and calm for the first test.
Low power test in 3, 2, 1.
The lantern pulsed once, twice, 3 times, softly as a nightlight. The mist held the 3 dots without turning them into a wall.
3 soft notes, not one big shout.
The sensors liked the calmer pattern too. But calm was only half the job.
Comfortable is good. Clear comes next.
The 3 soft dots drifted sideways like sleepy fireflies. A cloud whale shadow folded the mist over the path.
We need a light that remembers where forward is.
Cassie knew one thing aboard the skiff that remembered old paths.
Old maps keep old patterns.
The old star map unrolled with a papery sigh. ...
Same spacing.
Max matched the soft lantern notes to 3 tiny marks on the map. Ziggy stepped through a sprinkle of glow dust and planted one perfect paw print.
There is our forward.
A tiny star-stitch coordinate glowed beneath the paw print. Cassie labeled the lantern controls so the skiff could find forward again.
Clear labels help machines too.
No sharp blink, no buzzy stack.
Max tuned the 3 notes until they sat beside each other neatly.
Ready for a real test.
The map, the tuner, and the lantern agreed at last. The skiff glided deeper into the Cloud Whale crossing. This time, the nose lantern placed 3 soft dots ahead like stepping stones.
It's gentle enough to look at.
And clear enough to follow.
The crew watched the dots hold steady in the mist. The Cloud Whales answered by drifting aside.
The lane is opening.
A calm corridor appeared on the chart.
Best terrible idea this morning.
Max's shoulders loosened as the lights stayed soft.
We will call those temporary decorations.
Ziggy's tape prints made the floor look ready for a parade. The skiff slipped out of the mist and into clear star trails. Its lantern no longer shouted at the dark.
The best signal is one everyone can use.
Cassie wrote the lesson beside a very tidy check mark.
Calm guide mode sounds official.
The old map went back into its sleeve, carrying one new secret glow. In clear space, the skiff carried one more patched-together wonder. It also carried a lantern that remembered how to shine kindly.
Onward, softly.
And not shouty.
Which, aboard the skiff, counted as a very successful morning.
Grab a wrench, grab some